Welcome back. In this video, we will talk about different types of elastic load balancers, or ELBs. Amazon Web Services has 4 kinds of ELBs: Application Load Balancer, Network Load Balancer, Gateway Load Balancer, and Classic Load Balancer. The type of ELB you select depends on your need. Select the one that best fits your requirements. Let's look into each of them in brief. Application Load Balancer, also called ALB. It operates at Layer 7, which is application layer. It can route traffic to targets such as EC2 instances, containers, IP addresses, and Lambda functions. It can provide load balancing to multiple applications across machines. It can also provide load balancing to various applications on the same machine. Choose ALB when you need to load balance your applications with HTTP and HTTPS traffic. Network Load Balancer, also called NLB. It works at Layer 4, forwarding incoming TCP and UDP traffic to EC2 instances. Network load balancers can handle millions of requests per second. They have low latency in the range of 100 milliseconds compared with ALB that have latency in the range of 400 milliseconds. NLBs are used in use cases that require extremely high performance for TCP and UDP traffic. Gateway Load Balancer. It operates at the network layer, Layer 3, of the OSI model. Gateway load balancers help you deploy, scale, and manage systems such as firewalls, intrusion detection and prevention systems, and deep packet inspection systems. It listens for all IP packets across all ports and forwards traffic to the target group specified in the listener rule. Classic Load Balancer. It is an old generation ELB. It was launched in 2009. It supports TCP, means Layer 4, HTTP, and HTTPS, means Layer 7 traffic. Classic Load Balancer offers basic load balancing across multiple EC2 instances. It operates at both the request level and connection level. It is intended for applications that are built for the classic EC2 instances. Health checks are TCP and HTTP based. Let's look into use cases of AWS Elastic Load Balancer. You can use ELB to modernize applications with serverless and containers. Because Elastic Load Balancer can distribute incoming traffic across multiple targets in one or more availability zones, on EC2 instances, containers, and IP addresses, you can scale modern applications to meet demand without complex configurations, or API gateways. You can use ELB to improve hybrid cloud network scalability. You can load balance across AWS and on-premises resources using a single load balancer. You can deploy network appliances from your preferred vendor while taking advantage of the scale and flexibility of the cloud. Now let's talk about ELB pricing. For Application Load Balancer, you are charged for each hour or partial hour that an application load balancer is running a number of load balancer capacity units, LCU, used per hour. For Network Load Balancer, you are charged for each hour or partial hour that a network load balancer is running, and the number of network load balancer capacity units, NLCU, used by network load balancer per hour. For Gateway Load Balancer, you are charged for each hour or partial hour that a gateway load balancer is running, and the number of gateway load balancer capacity units, GLCU, used by gateway load balancer per hour. For Classic Load Balancer, you are charged for each hour or partial hour that a classic load balancer is running, and for each GB of data transferred through your load balancer. Finally, in the free tier, upon sign-up, new AWS customers receive 750 hours per month that is shared between network and application load balancers.